Ebuka's mask. The air in the village was alive with the scent of carved wood and the rhythmic pounding of chisels. Ebuka sat in his small workshop, surrounded by the half-finished masks that were his livelihood. Each mask told a story, but none had ever captured the turmoil in his heart. The masks he created always seemed to have something special about them, and many people knew of his talent. "Ebuka," called a deep, unfamiliar voice. He looked up to see a man in a crisp suit, an alien sight in the rural village. The man introduced himself as Mr. Adisa, a businessman from the city. His presence felt heavy, like a storm cloud looming overhead. "I've heard you're the best," Adisa said, his gaze sharp. "I need a mask for my office. Something unique. A mask that reveals truth." Mr. Elisa wanted this mask to intimidate his colleagues and gain more status in the insurance company he worked for. Ebuka hesitated. The commission promised a fortune, but something about the man unnerved him. Yet he thought of his mother, the way she had died in pain, because they couldn't afford her medication after her insurance was denied. He couldn't let the opportunity slip away. Ebuka worked tirelessly, pouring his grief and rage into the wood. As he carved, he whispered fragments of a song his mother used to hum, an old lullaby he had forgotten until now. But as he whispered, the song began to shift, the words twisting into something unfamiliar. The air grew colder, and the mask seemed to pulse under his hands. When he finished, the mask stared back at him, its smile both alluring and haunting. He felt pride, but also a creeping sense of dread. Mr. Adisa returned the next day. He placed the mask over his face, chuckling at first, but then his laughter turned to gasps. Words spilled from his mouth unbidden, revealing how he had denied countless insurance claims to meet his company's quotas, including Ebuka's mother's. Horrified, Adisa ripped off the mask and fled, leaving it behind. But the mask refused to be ignored. One by one, villagers were drawn to it, each compelled to reveal their secrets. Families quarreled, old feuds reignited, and chaos consumed the village. Ebuka watched in despair. He tried to destroy the mask, but it would not burn, break, or crack. The mask, it seemed, had a life of its own. Desperate, Ebuka sought Mama Ifeoma, the village elder. She listened to his story, her face grave. "The song you sang while carving, it was not a song, it was a chant of binding," she explained. "The mask holds your pain and anger, but also your soul. To break the curse, you must journey to the forbidden forest and face your guilt." With no other choice, Ebuka set out. The forest tested him at every turn, conjuring visions of his mother's final moments, her cries of pain echoing in the trees. He fell to his knees, sobbing, and finally admitted the truth. He blamed himself for not being able to save her. At the heart of the forest, Ebuka found Adisa waiting for him, drawn by the mask's lingering power. The businessman begged for the mask, promising wealth and influence if Ebuka handed it over. But Ebuka saw through the lies. "You took everything from me," Ebuka said, "but I won't let this mask take everything from us." He forced Adisa to wear the mask one last time. It showed the full weight of his greed, projecting his sins into the air for all to see. Adisa collapsed, broken and ashamed. Ebuka then performed the ritual, using his mother's old carving tools to dismantle the mask. With each strike, the mask cried out until it shattered, releasing a final sigh of relief. Back in the village, peace returned. The mask was gone, and its curse lifted. Ebuka vowed never to create art fueled by pain again. Instead, he dedicated himself to healing, using his craft to honor his mother's memory and uplift his community. The story of the mask became a legend, a reminder of the power of truth and the need for compassion in wielding it. Healing comes from facing guilt, choosing forgiveness, and using our talents to uplift rather than harm. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more inspiring tales. Thank you for watching.